to compete with a legitimate playoff team in the fourth quarter, just weren't able to get over that hump and tie the game. Just thoughts on the overall effort and just
Yeah, no, I appreciate you saying that, Mac. Yeah, look, I thought these guys fought. I just told them in the locker room, really proud of these guys. It's not it might not be a memorable team to anybody on the outside, but it'll be a memorable team to me because they fight hard, they compete, they show up to practice. They're awesome guys. Just couldn't do anything in the running game on offense. Just could not move the ball consistently, turn the ball over. And then defensively, I thought we fought. We gave up the one big run, gave up that drive, the first drive of the second half. But I thought overall, that's a good team. That's the number 12 team in the country. They got a really good offensive line. They got really good backs. Our guys fought hard. So, I'm proud of the team. Losing's not good, but I'm very proud of the football team.
Coach made a comment about Dylan's start not being because of Grayson's performance. So when you decided to put Grayson in, was he dealing with anything injury-wise?
Yeah, Grayson has a hip pointer. And so that's a very painful injury. And you probably saw it there towards the end. He scrambled to the left. He wasn't the same runner that he normally is, but you talk about tough. He's a tough guy. And, he went in there and gave us a little bit of a spark. We just couldn't protect him enough, when we got down and things like that. So, but he's awesome. He's a tough guy.
Coach, you were able to contain Love. He only had 40 yards until he broke that big one.
Yeah.
First, what happened on that play and how were you playing with the road?
Yeah, Rich, I'm not sure what happened on that play. I'm on the field, so I'll watch the tape. I'll be able to tell you on Tuesday. But yeah, no, they did a good job. They set the edge. They swarmed to the ball. Sometimes we brought everybody. We brought the kitchen sink, and they burned us a couple times. That's going to happen when they pick up the blitz. And I thought we were aggressive. I thought we tackled better. I think defensively we definitely played better. Not saying it was good enough, but it was better. And again, proud of the fight.
Coach, you talked about just how games have come down to one or two plays that
Yeah.
just don't go in your guys' direction. Can you talk about how you felt like the momentum was shifting? After half, you guys had that long drive, and then right after that, obviously, from the interception to the immediate touchdown. Can you just talk about the momentum swing?
Yeah, we came out. We knew that was a big drive, but even on that drive, there were too many miscues. We got a couple fourth downs. We were able to. That was a long drive. That was a good drive. But then, we have a hard time sustaining because then they got the ball and they went right down and scored on probably like an 8-play drive. And that was not good. That's really where we needed a 3-and-out. Again, I think the defense overall played better, but, that's what we haven't been able to do is stem the tide right there. And then obviously we threw interceptions and things like that, had some miscues on offense. I thought, they jumped, we jumped. I don't know who's jumping, but we didn't have a great flow to the offense tonight.
Bill, despite all the pressure Grayson was going through, he put up some pretty nice numbers. On the one interception, was that just caused by because he was trying to do too much, or maybe trying to make a big play?
Yeah, I mean he was. He knows that. He's just trying to make a play. He's a competitive guy, and we're in field goal range there. We would have kicked the field goal, but he's just trying to. I think it was Skeet. Maybe he's trying to get the ball to Skeet and just overthrew him, and too many guys there. So he'll learn from that.
Coach, speaking of Jaden Skeet, you got him back today. How much has he changed what you can do on offense?
Yeah. Skeet's a good route runner. He's good with the ball in his hands. Made a few plays for us tonight. It was good to get him back, and we'll see how it goes moving forward.
You've had a lot of close games: Cal, Michigan State, Louisville. This one. What needs to happen for you guys to break through in these games?
Turnovers, moving the ball better on offense, scoring in the red area. We just haven't been able to. If you think back to those games, there were interceptions, there were fumbles. This game, interception. So, it comes down to that. Last year we were a lot better at that, taking care of the ball and taking the ball away. This year it's been the opposite, and we have to fix that. We're going to try to keep fixing it this year, but we definitely have to fix it moving forward.
Yeah, just on your comment about it being a memorable, experience this year with, you and the team and your experience with the team this year. Just wondering, as kind of the final few games approach, just what you can kind of say to the team to keep everybody kind of in that same headspace that you just talked about there?
Yeah, I think they will be, Graham. What I mean by that is, when I show up here every single day, these guys are ready to go. They practice hard. They give us everything they've got, and there's been a lot of, ups and downs, mostly downs, but they keep showing up. And I think that you never really want that type of a life lesson in football, but it is a good life lesson, because if this is the most adversity you deal with in your life, you're going to have a pretty good life. And so, these guys, they keep showing up, and they don't quit, and they have a never say die attitude. And there's been a lot of teams, not a lot, I haven't been involved in this situation too many times, but there's been teams that I've been involved with that they shut it down. They're checked out. Keys are in the ignition, and they're ready to drive away. This team's not like that. This team has good leadership, and they're going to keep fighting all the way. They have 3 guaranteed opportunities. They're going to keep fighting all the way.
Just getting Bam back, how big was that, especially in the run game?
Yeah, Bam helped. I thought the D-line played good, for the most part. I thought those guys held up pretty well. Quan, Chris Maribel, Q. I thought Eddie Cullingy, all those guys. Favor, got some freshmen in there. Israel got in there. That was good to see. And I thought those guys held up pretty well in there.